Okay, so boom, you gonna make him whole and do what, folk? Now let me tell y'all how a regular day in the penitentiary that seemed like gonna be a little normal, gonna be chill, gonna be relaxed, how I can go completely left. I'm in Northeast. I'm on the mountain with my pops. It's early in the morning. You heard chow time. Me and my pops, we not going down now. And then a little bit after, when they come back from chow, they gonna make the call out for education, for work, and then of course, my daddy gonna go down to the kitchen. I'm gonna go to the wood plant. So when they holler child time, you hear all the doors plot, boom, 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 boom. You hear, hey, folks, what's up? You going to breakfast? You going, they having the chicken patty down there for breakfast. They got the chicken patty and the eggs. Now everybody, majority of everybody gonna go. And if you the guys, you know what I'm saying, that you already know what time it is, you ain't going to breakfast by yourself, you know what I'm saying? Somebody got a mob down there with you. So I get up, you know what I'm saying? I go wash my face, you know what I'm saying? Brush my teeth, you know what I'm saying? Doing what I do, y'all know when I say it vice versa, you know what I'm saying? I'm washing my teeth, brushing my face, right? My daddy raised up. Hey, boo, look out there real quick and see if he say one of the guys' name, see if he going down there to child. I need to holler at him. I tell him, look out the back window real quick, see if you see him, because when they make the call out, everybody gonna go outside, but then it's another gate they gonna line up at before they open the gate and let everybody mob. Sometimes the gate, you know what I'm saying, they let it roll. You going down there, boom, boom, boom. A lot of times they gonna make the call out. You know what I'm saying? People gonna stand at the gate, boom, when everybody make it, because you got a certain amount of time to get out the building. Then the officer gonna stop you from going out. So my daddy raise up, lean, look out the window. He say, man, I can't see. I can't tell if he out there or not. I said, what you mean you can't see? I said, you ain't that old, daddy, to where you can't see. He said, well, you come over here and tell me if you can see if he out there or not. I said, no, wipe your eyes, because your eyes, no, look again. This is what I'm telling, right? He turned around, boo, who you think you talking to? I said, I'm talking to you. I said, I don't think you realize a lot of times, because you done had people to do things for you all the time, you ain't putting no effort in trying to do some things sometimes yourself. What that's supposed to mean? He stand up. He still ain't looking out the window, right? I'm looking at him, he looking at me, we looking at each other. I said, I noticed you got a pattern of always being able to get this done and getting that done. Not saying that you don't do nothing, because a lot of times you are the brain. But sometimes I don't think people realize, in being the brain all the time, sometimes you get lazy in an actual action. Boo, that don't even make sense. I said it make all the sense in the world. It don't make no sense to you, because you deflecting and you don't want to own up to that you, most of the time, you got other people doing the leg work and you just did all the thinking. Just like before I got to the penitentiary, you call it, hey, do this for me, do. Same thing on. Y'all saying do all this old stuff, and y'all not realizing as inmates that you doing a lot of figuring out in your mind. But it's other people who doing all the work. So now the simple task of me telling you, get up, look out that window, and tell me if you see him. And if you don't see him, I need you to readjust your mindset, daddy. He said, boo, I don't know who you be thinking you talk. I said, you know how he walk, you know his body language, look for other things outside of, can you see his face? Use your mind to think of different ways to identify the object that we're looking for. Boo, go down there and see if he. I said, watch out real quick. I look out the window. I said, there go him right there. There go. Nah, he normally be with him. Nah, he ain't out there. My daddy said, see, it wasn't even no sense in me looking out there. Will you go down there and see if he down there, boo, and tell him I need to holler? I said, what you need to holler? Because I don't fool with a lot of guys, if y'all ain't noticed. You had to be in my caliber to an extent. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a certain, you know what I'm saying, for me to really fool with you. Other than that, you know what I'm saying, I'm just moving the pieces on the chessboard the way they supposed to be moved. It's 16 pieces on the chessboard. You got, you know what I'm saying, you got 7 power pieces, then you got 8 pawns, you know what I'm saying? And then the chessboard on life, and then the penitentiary, you probably got 30 pawns, man, and then you ain't even got 7 power pieces, you know what I'm saying? You really only got 2, probably you and another one that's a little iffy now and then. So you gotta be a pawn pusher in this game called life. Now listen to the commercial break, me please. Now, you need to understand that a pawn can be very powerful. It's just what they call it. So when you look at somebody and you tell them you consider them a pawn on the chessboard, they looking at it like, oh, you look at me as some kind of foot soldier, some kind of buster. Now, if you're pushing pawns, now that pawn can turn into any piece once it get to the back. And I've seen a lot of people who play chess who are great pawn pushers. I am a great pawn pusher to turn you into a rook, into a castle, and I'm eventually, the way I'm doing things, you gonna realize either you gonna transform into this power piece, or you gonna realize you gonna always be in the wilderness for them 40 years, just like them people, just like the children of Israel in the Bible when they came out of captivity under Pharaoh. Listen to me now. Moses, power piece. He go deliver them out of the hands of Pharaoh, bring them out of captivity, all for them to be following where he going on the basis of who he encountered. They get in the wilderness, walking in circles for 40 years complaining, not realizing all y'all acting like some real pawns in here, only depending on me. Ain't nobody trying to step up, ain't nobody. So I'm just doing what I can do with the little pieces that's been given to me. So I've learned that when you realize that somebody in your life is operating with a pawn mentality, please make sure you either exhaust that pawn to his fullest extent and let it go ahead and go on about his business, or be in the mindset of, I'm not using this person, but I'm going to push you as hard as I can to turn you into that power piece that I see you can be, versus I'm going to constantly keep crippling you or enabling you. So anyway, I'm all about it to sell. Right? My daddy was a great pawn pusher on the game and in life. Still is to this day. So not realizing he was actually treating me like a pawn. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that, because the first order to the kingdom or in life is learning how to serve. You got to know how to come down, be humble, and learn. You know what I'm saying? That's why people call people OG, because that OG is treated you like a pawn, point blank period. But his goal is to make you better than him. That's just what it is. So I lean on the rail for a second. My dad closed the door, put the violation up. I'm knowing it's finna smell like a granddaddy, you know what I'm saying, handling his business in the cell because he old. So I already know what time it is. He finna use the bathroom. I'm gonna have to leave the door open for 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So while I'm sitting right there, I ain't went look for him, right? I'm sitting right there just chilling. He look at the violation, my back turned, and he see I ain't moved. He holler through the door. Boo! I turn around. He looking at, he got the violation like this. Go down there and tell him, I said, come here. I said, man, why you ain't using the back? He popped the door. That's what I'm trying to figure out anyway. Why you standing behind the door? Why you just didn't pop? Why is you knocking on the window and stuff? He said, boo, you see I got my body. I ain't got my whole body. He said, because I'm getting ready to use the bathroom. I said, I hope this is urgent. Go ahead. So look, I mob on down there to his cell. Hey, folk, what's up? What's up, Joe T? He said, what's up? I said, man, it's Joe T. What's up? Give me 1 second, Joe T. I said, that what's up. But when he say that, it sounds like he either in here on the jack, he take care of some business, you know what I'm saying? But this brother keep a fall guy. Ain't nobody standing out on security to go in there and take no charges. So 9 times out of 10, he got somebody in there with him that's going to take the charge. Keep a little white boy with him. Keep a little Johnny with him. You know what I'm saying? So finally, the door popped. When they pop the door, an arm push the door open, I see a white hand. By the time the door pop open, it's Lil Johnny. And his name ain't Lil, but I'm calling Lil Johnny. And when he open the door, this what he do with his hair. What's up, Lil Joe? I'm looking at him, he looking at me, we looking at each other. He look a little high. You know what I'm saying? But my brain go crazy. Let me tell you why. Penitentiary rules is in effect. It's early in the morning. Dramatic effect me, please. Everybody go on the child. Everybody know you gonna keep a charge taker with you. But at the same time, the way you say, hold on, Joe T, you know, my brain go to all kinds of other things that could be going on in this cell because you done painted the picture as he just only here to take the charge. Now I don't know. I said, what's going on with you? Look. What's up, little Johnny? I said, what folk at? Oh, he on the bed like this here, but he close to the window. He leaned down. Come on in, little Joe T. I'm watching his body language. Have I caught you for something? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think, commercial break me, please. If you pay attention to somebody in a situation, that it should only be a few words, and it seemed like they got way more to say. 9 times out of 10, they trying to cover something that they think you may have seen or they're guilty of, and they trying to push all this information out to deflect and redirect what it is you may have thought was going on, what you may have seen. They trying to gaslight you with certain things they saying and certain things they doing to create the, you know what I'm saying, the illusion. So you can't see what the left hand just did, so he trying to make you focus on the right like he's some kind of magician or something. So when I stepped in and said, man, bless his soul, you know what I'm saying? Off the top, I observed the body language of Lil Johnny. So I pay attention to the pants. Did he adjust anything? How is his shoes tied? Do it look like he, you know what I'm saying? Is his shirt a kind of a little, is it a stench in here? But I give Lil Johnny the look of death just in case I need to extort him later on and let him know whatever it is you in here doing, I know exactly what it was. And don't you think you pulled something over on me. And when I ask you to do whatever I ask you to do, you gonna do it. Because in your mind, you better assume that I'm gonna expose you for whatever the act is that y'all got going on up in here. Because it seems like y'all playing these perverted rainbow games. I should break me, please. And if you ain't watched Traps on Tubi, go check this out.
A lot of enemies, fake friends they pretend to be. 4 shots get the remedy. D to the A-double-L-A-S. Should've never been standing outside of the trap. D to the A-double-L-A-S. Should've never been standing outside of the trap.
You here to take somebody to jail?
Everybody get on the motherfucking ground!
Get the fuck out of my yard.
Don't make the same mistake your daddy did.
And to spin back quick, can't wait another day. Don't stumble up in that, fumble up in that, mumble nothing by traps. No telling lies, don't televise, stay humble up in them traps.
One day a nigga wanna get out of this shit, man. But I don't know what it look like outside of this. I almost done forgot that my daddy done told me to come down here and get him. Or my daddy done got hip to what it is, and my daddy probably trying to figure out what's going on, or he finna extort the brother. So now I'm thinking, I need to get in front of this. Let me do my own investigation of what's going on. When he leaned up, what's going on with you, Joe T? Look, you change the facial expression. You make him feel something. I ain't doing nothing. What's up, though, folk? You straight? Hit him like that. He stand up while he shaking my hand. Yeah, I'm gonna hit me with the little right. Yeah, I'm good. Why you say that, Joe T? I'm just saying it was the way you say it when I'm saying when I knocked on the door. No. I was in here on something then, you know what I'm saying? And then I had, you know what I'm saying, Johnny had to call his people and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I know he ain't. I was like, yeah. Johnny was like, yeah, man, I had to, you know what I'm saying? He was like, man, do you still need me? He was like, nah, I'm good. Let me see what's going on with Joe T. Boom, he mobbed out of the cell. Not trying to let the left know what the right hand is doing. He trying to gaslight me and think he finna deceive me, right? I ain't even gotta say nothing. He finna tell on himself. That's what great journalism is. You know what I'm saying? If you pay attention to a journalist when they doing an interview, what they'll do is they'll ask you a question. And you will start talking. You waiting for that person to come back in and point you in a different direction or ask you a different question. Even when you slow down in your point, a good journalist will sit there and allow your conscience to tell you to keep on talking because evidently you ain't gave me enough information. So the brother's like, man, yeah, bro, man, I'm glad you came down here, bro. Like, he get up, walk past me. When he walked past me, I'm looking to see if his shirt tucked any kind of way, if he had to make any kind of adjustments with his clothes. I'm analyzing the whole situation up in here. I'm looking to see if the lotion in the baby oil bottle is anywhere in closer in arm's reach. Was it moved? Was it shifted? If I go over here and I look on the hygiene shelf, because when you got that baby oil and lotion, you know what I'm saying, when it done got on the outside surface of the bottle from when your hand blew, when you sit it up there, see that oil will leak down. So on the bottom of the oil, you know, that little circle, if you move it, you're gonna see that little ring at the bottom of the, so I know when I go back over there, I'm seeing, even if the oil bottle been moved, is it a fresh oil print right there? Listen, hey, what you got going on up in here, folks? So look, so when he go to the door, he look out the window, man, I don't know what's going on with little Johnny, man. Look, got dude on the phone 3-4 times, man. He owe me $500. Man, he owe your daddy too. Is that what it, Big Joe? I said, nah, he don't owe me. I said, my daddy did say he wanted to holler. Man, because I was sure going to go up there and holler, you know what I'm saying? Because he was telling me Big Joe got him on the phone the other day. He done came down here, asked me to use the phone 3 times. He called me people, get on the phone crying. Then let me tell you something, Joe T. Then he get on the phone with his granny, right? He get on the phone with his granny. The granny telling him she finna have to go to the hospital. She ain't been feeling good. They think it's bronchitis and this and that. Man, I don't care nothing about no bronchitis. Then when he get off the phone, he put his head in between his legs, talking about all this yelling white boy stuff. Man, Joe T, I'm talking about I feel a 2-piece in there. So this morning they called Chad, right? He had already told me last night he gonna come down here and holler at me. I said cool, cause I kept the phone in the cell last night, Joe T. You know what I'm saying? If your daddy ever tripped, you know they told me your daddy, you know what I'm saying? You use the phone, you get up. I said, hold on, folks, what you got? Man, but look, so he come this morning, soon as they come down, he hit the door, Soon as he come in the dojo, man, I sure hope, man, bless his soul, man. He closed up, man, I'm gonna promise you, man, I'm gonna get your money. I don't care what I gotta do. Whatever I gotta do, I promise you, man, I'm gonna get your money. Man, I don't know what my people been doing, but man, I told him, man, we cool down, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna call you people, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully get your people on the phone this time. Man, Joe T, I get him on the phone, ain't nobody answering the phone. So he asked me, get my people to call his people on 3-way to see, you know what I'm saying, if they'll answer the phone, you know what I'm saying, from a different number, because they familiar with my number, right? He'll call and block me anything. Joe T, I tell him, I said, you don't think your people gonna realize it's this number that's calling me, I ain't answering. Now a different number calling me. 9 times 10, he calling me from a different number. Well, I tell you what, just what he tell me, Joe T. Get your people to text him and say it's an emergency. Why? So they can send the police in here? As he's saying all of this, I'm looking at him like, bro, when I tapped on that door, the tone from your throat was not, I'm just letting him use the phone. It was, let me hurry up and do, you know what I'm saying? You need to hurry up, we need to, right? I said, oh, that was something for, I said, but I was just coming down here to let you know, my daddy said, you know what I'm saying, he wants you to come up around and holler at him. I think he's trying to holler at you before everybody get back. What's up, Joe T? You know, you could have just, let me, tell Big Joe I'll be up there in just a minute. He was like, he's straight, ain't he? I was like, yeah, it might be what you saying. He might, you know what I'm saying, it might be, you know what I'm saying, whatever going on with the white boy. I don't know. I did see him, you know, like, yeah, he told me, give me a minute, little Joe. I'm all about to sell little Johnny on the blue box. Now, where the collect phones at and where his cell at is 4 spots, but they bricked off almost like a cubicle, so you can have your own private little space versus sitting by everybody. It ain't, but the brick wall ain't cutting off here. You know, you just in your own little box cut off like this, boom. Then the other side, boom. Then the other side, boom. You know what I'm saying? So you could just sit on the table, you know what I'm saying, right there. He positioned towards me when I walk out of the door. He got his legs swinging like this here, like he on the phone. So soon as I come out, I dramatic effect me, please. I slam the door, boom, because this is a strategic, calculated move to place fear in him when I need to use him. Now, I'm letting him know possibly whatever was going on, he may have told me. So when I slam the door, boom, he look at me, I look at him, we look at each other. I'm talking about I give him the look of death again. He's still sitting there. Then he kind of drop his head like this. I said to myself, they got some suspicious activity going on. So look, as I'm going up the steps, he hang the phone up. I heard it. He walked straight over there. Pop, 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 pop. The door pop, boom. He stand in the door like this here. I'm going up the steps slow. So as he in the cell like this here, he ain't going all the way in. It's almost like he asking, hey, I don't know what he said, but that's the body language he's giving. So whatever his response was, he step out of the cell, but he don't walk out. So he must have said, I'm finna come out, we can walk and talk. So at that point, I slow down. I feel like I'm finna get, I done stepped into something to listen to me. So I'm walking, they both walk out of the cell. He walk out of the cell, my about boom. Bruh close the door. As they walking towards the step, he doing them like this here, right? Boom, 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 boom. They get to the step. I go in the cell. My daddy, I said, you did good today? He said, what you talking about? I said, you must been probably eating a little hair. I said, it normally take about 45 minutes to clear out. It smell like you done scratched your butt and touched the wall, touched every wall up in here. You know what I'm saying? Like Chief told my cousin, Peanut, you know what I'm saying, when we were young. He said, man, boo, whatever. He said, man, whatever. He said, what? You said, you holiday, bro? I said, about that. He said, I said, look, he finna come up here real quick. I said, but then I think I done stumbled up on somebody time. Pop, pop, pop. He said, boo, what you done? I said, hold on. Boom, I go to the door. Folk come in and say, man, bless his say, what's up? Big Joe, what's up? Everything straight? Lil Joe say you need to holler at me. So I go put the violation up, because these are calculated moves for me, because I know I done stumbled up on something. I put the violation up on the door like this here, right? Boom. I said, yeah, daddy, we do, look, when I say that, yeah, daddy, yeah. He turned around like it's early. He was like, dang, he was like, what the happened, Big Joe? What's up? My dad is standing up, because I don't know what he finna say. My dad is saying, hey, what you got going on with Lil Johnny? He was like, man, I just been, you know what I'm saying, giving him, you know what I'm saying, here and there, you know what I'm saying. He was like, my dad is saying, I'm asking because I let him use the phone a couple of days ago, you know what I'm saying, and I'm in here, you know what I'm saying, I'd let him use the phone before he normally, you know what I'm saying, on point, get it, you know what I'm saying, get his stuff. So while he's sitting on the phone, he say, man, I'm trying not to get in no trouble, or I ain't trying to have nothing done to me, man. So at that point, my daddy say, when he say that, my daddy said, I tapped him because I didn't want to make them feel like, because he don't come use my phone all the time. So when he looked at me, I told him, don't do that up here. Don't do that up here. Don't make your people feel some type of way. Then they call up here and seeing where you coming from, out of what cell you come. Don't do that. So he reassured his people to let him know, you know what I'm saying, he good. He was just like, he had already gave them the person who he owed his word, because they gave him his word. So at that point, my daddy said, he told him, put it on speaker. I need to know what's being said. So he put the phone on the speaker. He say, his people say, and yeah, I did give you my word. Whoever he talked to, I did give you my word, but when you called back, you said it was more than what it was. And Lil Johnny holler out, well, I didn't have it when I told them I was going to have it, so they doubled up on me. And his people told him, well, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You need to quit. I told you need to quit doing drugs and quit doing all that and messing with them gang members. My dad said, I told him. So he was like, all right, well, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to be all right. They was like, you promise? And he was like, yeah, I'm going to be all right. I love you. Boom, they get off the phone. My daddy said, when he had on the phone, my dad said, now I probably ain't going to be able to let you use the phone no more. My daddy, he said, man, what you think he being the police? My dad said, I don't know what he being, but I know when I told him that, he started telling me you was the one that I meant to holler at you last night. Cause I'm sitting there, I'm like, my dad didn't bring that up. He ain't told me nothing about this. You know what I'm saying? My dad don't really fool with this brother like that neither, cause he always into something. So he was like, yeah, I meant to tell you last night, but we ain't really had no time home. But I knew. I said, first thing I'm going to do in the morning, let him know. Be careful, you know what I'm saying, dealing with dude, because, you know what I'm saying, he might check in, you don't want to give him nothing else, or he might feel some pressure and don't nobody want to get moved off his mountain. Ain't nobody trying to go to PC. You don't want to put yourself in no position where, you know what I'm saying, you getting put on pen and investigation, move somewhere, and then you having to, you know what I'm saying, he was like, man, for real, Joe. He was like, man, I appreciate it. He was like, man, he don't owe you nothing, dude. He was like, my dad said, nah, he don't owe me. And if he do owe me, at this point, I'd told him he could have it when he done told his people, he ain't trying to, had no pressure from no gang members and all this whole stuff. My dad said, I don't play with stuff like that. I go and wash my hands and tell him, hey, you know what? We just can't do no business no more. Don't worry about me. You ain't got to not catch no eye contact, avoid me, none of that. You ain't got to feel like somebody finna go upside your head. I'm going to tell you straight out of my mouth. This is counsel that we just can't do business no more. And the only way we will do business, if you decide to just come out of goodness of your heart and pay that debt, you know what I'm saying? And if I feel like I do it again, I'm the type of person that if I gave it to you on front, I gotta be willing to accept the loss if it never comes. Because if I can't afford to give it to you, if I can't afford to lose, I should have never fronted it to you. So he was like, man, that's real, Big Joe. I ain't feeling it. I just had him down that morning. Boom, he run the stuff that was going on. He was like, man, bet that. So we started hearing people come back in. He mobbed out of the cell. My daddy said, now what you was saying, boo? I said, he got something going on with that white boy down there. I'm telling you, I just went down there. My daddy said, now you can't. I said, now for one, I ain't the folk no more. But for one, I know that people manipulate the 12 too. You know what I'm saying? He was, what you mean, boo? Now, if you don't know what the 12 is, then let me know you ain't never been affiliated. You ain't never been affiliated. I advise you never to become affiliated. People will take the 12 and use it to their benefit. Just like, you know what I'm saying? You know that you aren't supposed to say nothing without concrete evidence because, you know what I'm saying, that's an ignorant outburst. Even if it's factual. But you will use that to your benefit and get me in trouble because I know something, but I just can't prove it. So you will use the literature to your advantage in that situation. You know what I'm saying? And it's another one. It'll come to me. It's another one that they use. Yeah, sacrifices must be made. But then they don't quote the rest of the 12 when they say in all righteousness and endeavors. So that's a bogus call. I do not have to say, now y'all got to sacrifice, y'all got to go. What happened? Man, brother, that ain't got nothing to do with GD. That ain't righteousness and endeavor. No, I'm not doing that. Send somebody who don't know the 12, who foolish to go do that. I'm not doing that. Yeah, that's what they do. My dad said, well, so what happened when you went down there? So I started explaining it to him. My dad said, man, you know, some people be a little weird, I ain't no telling what was going on. I said, man, I'm telling you, something was going on down there. Point blank period, Dad. We leave it alone. They get ready to make the call out. Helping my dad, I always got up in the morning like old heads discussing like Pinky and the Brain. I went and got my commercial break, me please. For black men, you know what I'm saying? For all men. But black men, listen to me, man. Because a lot of us wasn't raised, told, go to the doctor. I'm 37 right now. My back hurting. I threw my back out shooting ball. That's why I ain't dropped no videos. And I couldn't walk Saturday. Sunday, you know what I'm saying? I was a little better. Today, I'm a lot better. You know what I'm saying? But I went and got a physical today. Got my blood, you know what I'm saying? Finna get my cholesterol. You know what I'm saying? All my levels and stuff checked. You know what I'm saying? Because we getting up in age and you don't just want to assume, you know what I'm saying, you good. And then later on down the line, the way you eat, the way you move, things you do, and then you having to be reactive versus proactive. You want to try to get ahead of. So if you ain't had no physical, you ain't got your blood levels checked or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and go do that. So my dad and him, they sitting out there, they getting ready to make the call out, right? So I come out of the cell, my dad is saying, "Boo, come here real quick." I said, "What's up?" He was like, "Tell him what you say." So I tell him what's going on. I said, "Why you?" I said, "But you told me wasn't nothing. You ain't think nothing of." He said, "I was just in here telling him I needed to holler at him." He said, and Hemp said, "Yeah, we've been watching him." So when Hemp say that, Hemp take over the conversation and say, "Bet he a little too close to that white boy." You know what I'm saying? That white boy done, you know what I'm saying, had, you know what I'm saying, some rumors checking in, but people like that will eventually, you know what I'm saying, they'll do anything to try to clear the deck. Not no investigation like bro was doing something perverted rainbow game, but he was just saying, we watching him close, because he one of them brothers that'll do something to embarrass you, but it's way out there. It's way out there. So I tell Hemp say, okay. Later on, my daddy go to work. I go to work, Hamp go wherever, you know what I'm saying? We come back in, I guess Hamp done told 2 or 3 of the brothers because they done pulled up on me. Like they using me for the investigation. So I wait for my dad to get off so I can tell him what's going on. After I done come from wood plant, he come in, he go take a shot, boom, boom, he come back up. I said, man, Dad, what Hamp got going on? And he's like, what? I said, man, 2 or 3 brothers done pulled up on me and said, you know what I'm saying, like they gotta, I said, man, did Hamp say, he said, nah, Hamp didn't say, you know what I'm saying, nothing going on. He said, I think Hamp got some kind of agenda, some kind of hidden motive, you know what I'm saying, to either get the brother messed up, put him in violation. He was like, I don't know. He was like, he one of them hard head brothers that Hamp probably want to break. I said, okay. It still don't sound right to me. So the brother ended up coming up to the cell. I'm not up there. I'm walking, but I see him go over there. So when I see him go to the cell, I'm walking towards the cell. Hamp see me walking towards the cell. So when Hamp see me, Hamp kind of nod his head. We walking over there together because we done seen him going to cell. So I walk in the cell, Hamp walk in, man bless his cell. He in the middle of a conversation with my daddy about what was said about the white boy when he called his people on my daddy's phone. So the conversation kind of paused because Hamp, he don't know Hamp already in the loop and know what's going on. So he turned, he speak to Hamp, what's going on, bro? What's up, bro? He was like,